Yeah, I think we're at time. Okay, good morning. It's the Architectural Review Board, December 29th. We will have roll call. Judith Westerman is here. Joyce Corey.
Yeah.
Robin Rollins, not available. We have a quorum. So first of all, the minutes from December 15. Do we have a motion to approve?
I wasn't there, so I can't approve.
Oh, I'll move that we approve. Can I have a second, Mike?
You can make the motion, Joyce, or you can second it even though you weren't there.
Okay, then I'll second it. If Julia says they're okay, I'll second them.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Nay. Okay, so the minutes are approved. Do we have any public comment? And I see we have a guest, Mr. Galliano.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. We're good. How are you?
Oh, very well. Thank you.
And which item are you here for, Mr. Galliano?
Item number 4, please.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that one first. Okay, for Premier Pools on Oceanus. Looking at those, I had them up on the other screen here. Okay, we're well within the limits of the fence. I know that's checked already. Shrubs around the equipment, did I see them or are they completed? Did you notice, Joyce?
No, I didn't notice that. I was looking for it though.
Yeah. Are those in the offing here, Mr. Galliano?
My concern is that the property is involved also with the Breckenridge Tree Protection Plan, and that was established in 2003. So I've been involved with this since I've lived there. I'm an adjoining property owner to the owners, and I just want to, I have no concern about the pool. I just want to make sure that the pool and structures, any improvements in the structures are void of the Breckenridge TPP boundary. I don't think it's appropriate that the Architectural Review Board reviews this today. The plans are not complete. It has been requested by the city, Mr. Clayton, that the plans be submitted showing where the TPP is, showing where the improvements are. You can't tell from the drawings where the fences are or any walkways or walls or anything. And I just want to make sure that they're out of the boundary. And it's a defined boundary, it's protected. It matches my trees. It's a very good, it's a very nice stand of trees. And I just want to make sure they're protected and there are no improvements in that defined boundary, which was approved by the city with the development in 2003. So I respectfully don't believe that the review of the plans is appropriate at this time because it doesn't show that he's avoided those areas.
Okay, thank you. Mike, can you advise us on that?
Yeah, let me clarify a couple of things. The ARB approval, consideration and approval is entirely separate from staff approval. And staff approval has not been granted and will not be granted until the tree preservation area is verified as being preserved. That is, nothing goes into the tree preservation area, including the fence.
Okay, in all respect, Mike, the email I did receive from Mr. Lewis, in the bottom, it says, if it was approved by the Architectural Review Board, the building permit would be issued. That's the same thing I sent you.
That's not the case.
I appreciate you telling me that. I appreciate that, Mike.
The case. We will hold up until that has been reviewed and approved. Once all the zoning requirements have been approved, assuming that the pool itself is okay and the fence design is okay too, separate from the tree dwelling or tree preservation area. We'll issue the permit then, but not until everything has been satisfied.
Okay, so sir, you're saying that the property owner will avoid those areas, the TPP, with any type of structures including?
That's going to be a condition of any permit release.
Okay, thank you, sir. No, I'm satisfied then.
Yeah. Good.
Okay, so as far as we're concerned for the architectural review, we have no issues, correct?
I have no issue.
No, so this is, I guess I misunderstood in the beginning. So this is not your pool, Mr. Gabriel.
No, I'm the adjacent property owner to the back.
Okay.
And the property owner's trees are matched to my trees, and it's a wonderful stand of trees. a wonderful habitat. And I have been involved with that program since 2003 with multiple property owners. And it always seems that it's always being encroached upon, and it is a protected area. It's defined, the boundary lines are defined by an independent forestry service back in 2003, which was approved by the city. And I just want to ensure that there's no structures and no impacts to that. And Mr. Pavlik's, I appreciate his comments on it.
Okay, good, okay.
So what the ARB can do, if you so choose.
Do we want to have that the addendum to the motion? That
Well,
it will confirm.
If it makes you more comfortable, you can do that. But our reviews are, this review is no different than one we would do for room addition, for example. We're going to make sure that it complies with all the building codes as well as the zoning requirements. That's our part of it. Your part, of course, is to take a look at the aesthetics of it and see if it's pleasing and you like it and want to approve it. If that's the case, then you can go ahead and approve it. But we won't release the permit until all the requirements enumerated in the municipal code have been satisfied.
Okay, well, in viewing from the front, I was not able to determine any, issues.
I'd just like to make sure the pool equipment is screened.
Yeah,
Shrubbery.
that was one thing we looked at, yeah. And Mr. Galliano is duly concerned with that in particular. So I know we trust the city.
Hey, Mr. Pickett's on as well, who owns the property with the pool.
Yeah, and I'm actually the one building it, so I was just listening.
Thank you.
Oh, Mr. Pick, is it?
Pickett, yeah.
Okay. And you're the one building it?
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay.
I
And
am.
have you spoken to Mr. Galliano regarding the trees?
Excuse me.
Oh, who are you
Sorry,
talking?
Chad, go ahead.
Our plans don't call for the fence going anywhere near that, actually. But I can put some shrubbery around the equipment in my updated drawings, if that's what we need.
That is, yeah, that is required. But
Okay.
again, the city, we put full trust in our city to make sure that no boundaries are exceeded or whatever.
Right. And I've been going back and forth with James about it too. He's been filling me in on what we need to
James
do.
Polkey?
Yes.
Okay.
So currently on the plans, there is no shrubbery around the pool equipment, but that will be requested before permit is granted.
Okay.
I received last night from Premier Pools an updated plot plan showing the location of the tree preservation area. I do need to verify that those
Okay.
measurements off of the original plat of the tree preservation area,
Okay.
just to verify that the numbers match up.
Okay.
Once I can verify that, we will know if the fence is in a good location or if we may have to modify the fence
Okay.
to be a little bit smaller.
Yeah, the tree preservation area is just a little vague on that plot plan I received from, I guess, the city, but it was just highlighted. There wasn't really any measurement, so we just stayed away from what it was on the drawing.
Yeah, and there's also on the tree protection plan on the plot, when you look at stand E, it lists that there is 0 preserved area in acres as well as 0 preserved area in total calipers. We like that area back there and we like the seclusion of the area. The only thing we don't like is that there's a significant amount of trees that are dead, dying and failing. And so we had the city arborist out. We had Hanson Tree Service out. And from what I was told by Lewis is that if a tree were to fall, since it's private property, and I don't think you guys have any instance like this anywhere else within the Lake St. Louis area, at least that from what I'm hearing. So this is the only section that's been deemed on private property. Everything else is common ground. And we understand that the Gaglianos really like that area. We like it as well. But there are areas that are dead and dying that need to come out. We were told by Lewis that we would be responsible if one of the trees fell into the neighbor's yard or into the neighbor's pool or into their house, and that it's our responsibility to have that taken out. And it's our responsibility to take care of that area. So due to neglect, it might have been beautiful 10 years ago, but right now it's just a hodgepodge of trees that are dead and dying, and they're actually competing for space to themselves. We have one tree that shoots straight off to the left, which the city arborist told us was going to be a failing tree at some point. But that was a failing branch coming off that tree. But we still have trees back there that are dead. Our plan is to still put additional trees in the back portion to keep the privacy away from the neighbors. But like Chad mentioned, the pool is not going to be anywhere located into that preservation.
And that's my only concern with Mr. Pickett's project, is that it just stays out of TPP. You know, I think it's a little presumptuous to say all the trees are dead and dying, because there's a lot of nice trees back there also. But I have no issue about removing the trees. It'd be wonderful if Mr. Pickett planted some more trees, but my only concern from the beginning is stay out of the TPP. I've been dealing with this for 17 years now, and that's all I'm respectfully asking.
So I guess I don't understand why it's chosen on private property. Is your guys' yard as well considered?
No, I'm not part of your development. That was a condition of the development. There's a number of other areas that they may have deemed common, but it's a defined area. And it's a little disturbing that somebody's coming back 17 years later and trying to say that they don't understand why that's protected. It's defined. It's part of the approved plan here for the Breckenridge development back in 2003, and there has criteria, and that's all I'm asking is respect the criteria, respect the boundaries, and respect what needs to be protected.
I guess I'd just like to see some exact boundaries. It's pretty vague on there from what I've seen, but I mean, I'm not worried about encroaching on it. I'd like to know.
Well, I mean, your drawings sir, did not have any distances to the fence either. So when I looked at the plans, I could not tell where it was at. And I'm not here to pick on somebody for a foot or two. I'm just saying, look, there's some boundaries. I'm an adjoining property owner. I have the right to express my view. And that's all I'm asking, is have some respect for the area.
Yeah, I mean, I would just like something defined so we know for future. I mean,
I think you can work that out with the city, fine.
Okay.
All right, for the Architectural Review Board's standing, I believe we can go ahead and move to approve this with regard to the boundaries and the tree lines, et cetera. The city will determine which is that it meets the guidelines.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And we have faith that they will, they do. So I think I'll put a motion out there that we approve it with that stipend. Do we have a second?
I would like to also add to it with the addition of screening around the pool equipment.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shrubs or whatever disguising the pool equipment.
And then I'll second the motion.
Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? No. Motion is passed to approve with the amendments, the premier pools on Oceanus Lane.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day and Happy New Year.
Thank you, guys. Happy New Year.
You all. Thank you for being here. Okay, shall we go ahead to item 1? Blue Haven Pools, another in-ground pool and fence. Do we have anyone here for that? No. Looked at it all. I saw no issues. Joyce?
I looked at it too. The fencing is fine.
Yes.
And the placement looks good. So I'll move that we approve this pool.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? So motion for Blue Haven Pools on Rue Grand is passed. Okay. Now we have item 2, Zycan's colors for the previously approved models on Lauren Springs Court.
It looked fine to me.
I love that. It seems like the new colors of the year are charcoal and white.
Yeah, yeah,
I like it.
yeah, they're dark houses.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. So just as long as they're, what is it, 300 feet apart from their neighbor, right? We have no issue with that. Looks very nice. I move that we pass that.
Second.
All in favor?
Okay.
Aye. All opposed? Motion's passed. And then we have a Craftsman on Still Creek, previously approved model, and the new colors for that one also being charcoal and white.
Yeah.
Do I hear a motion?
I'll move that we approve colors.
I'll second that one. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. That's it, guys.
That's it.
Yep, we had that one that's postponed, right?
Take it off.
Yeah.
Looking good, guys.
Okay, do we have any board discussion? Staff discussion?
Oh, ma'am.
I move that we adjourn the meeting.
Adjourned. Bye, everybody.